today we are going to talk about why the house that you live in is a liability, not an asset. Keep tuning in. Just a very quick intro before we get into the topic. Moss from Investor Partner Group. I help create sustainable property portfolios without sacrificing lifestyle. I do property strategic advisory, property mentoring. I do property development, tax, SMSF advisory, buyer's agency. And so reach out to us if you are looking for strategic property advice, or if you're looking for due diligence reports, do reach out to us again. We have a detailed due diligence report that we are giving out to people. And coming back to the topic very quickly. So the house that you're living in is truly a liability. It's not an asset. And so let's explore this a bit more as to what do I mean by this. Now, if you think about the true definition of asset, an asset is something that generates income to you or has an intangible asset nature of it, where a house is providing a roof over your head. Now, in the early days when you're purchasing the house, of course, there is money going out and there is no money coming in. So truly it's a liability. It's not a bad debt. It is a good debt, because ultimately you are trying to create an asset at the very end. But how do you manage to, turn that liability into an asset while you are paying it off, or while you are paying the principal and interest? So understanding the importance of why am I calling this a liability is quite the key. That a lot of people, what they tend to do is they tend to spend 20 years, 15, 20, 30 years in paying off these liabilities or these houses. And so naturally what they're doing is they're using their own disposable income and pushing it through their own house. And at the end of the 15, 20, 30 years, what they're getting is the roof over their head. And so naturally, in order for them to retire successfully, they can't use that own house because it's providing a roof over their head. And so majority of the times what a person would do is they would try to downsize so that they can extract that equity out and use that towards their retirement. Not a bad strategy, but not a great strategy. It is a really, really poor strategy in relation to how you're going to fund your retirement. And so how do you convert this liability into an asset is quite the key. And so one of the things that I've talked about quite openly is use of the offset strategy, and that plays a very important role in converting this liability into an asset. And so what we are doing is basically refinancing the money that you've paid or the equity growth that you have achieved in your principal place of residence, and use that or redirect that towards other investment properties so that you can catch growth, manufacture equity, create passive income, so that either you can create a real estate business of your own on the side, or create a passive income and have a successful, peaceful, and a much more healthy retirement life. That's it from today. Thank you for listening to me today. If you don't agree, or if you have a different thinking about the house that you're living in, and if you believe that is an asset and not a liability, please do jump into the comments. Please do like, subscribe, and share if you do like our content. We are running Help Me Buy Property podcast, so do join in to tune in into some of the deep dives into a lot of different varied contemporary, non-conventional topics that we're discussing there. Thank you for listening to me today. Have a wonderful day. Keep smiling. Take care. Be kind. Keep investing. This is Moss checking out. Adios.